Moving now to breaking it down, and this is a great segment. Dan, you had a tremendous story in Sunday's Boston Globe that I want to talk about. It was about Bill Russell's daughter meeting Bob Cousy for the first time out in Worcester. Dan, what's the importance of this story to you?
Well, I grew up in the 50s and 60s around here, and we had one team that always won, the Boston Celtics. They won because of Bob Cousy and Bill Russell. Cousy was here first. He was 7 years ahead of Russell. When Russell got here, they started winning the championship every year, 11 and 13 years. I was in kindergarten when they won the first one. I was in high school when they finally didn't win. That's how dominant they were. Those two names, Cousy and Russell, were the biggest part of that dominance.
And so what's the story then behind why did Bill Russell's daughter want to meet Bob Cousy?
Well, it's really kind of a sweet story. I mean, there's a lot of baggage when you go back that many years. And Bob Cousy always felt he was not quite as helpful to Bill Russell. Russell came here in 1956. He's 23 years old. He was a black man from the West Coast. He's coming to Boston. And his family had migrated, the Great Migration from the Deep South to Oakland, California. Now he's back in Boston. We were not very receptive to that in the 50s. And Cousy sensed that he should have done more to make Russell comfortable. Russell lived in Reading. There were crimes committed against his family and breaking into his home, and not cool. And Russell always harbored that against Boston, understandably. Cousy felt bad about not standing up more for his teammate, and this has carried him to being 97 years old, still thinking about it. So Karen Russell knows about this and told me I'd like to meet Mr. Cousy. So we drove to Worcester eight days ago and had a lovely afternoon, 1 hour at Cousy's house, and she got to see pictures in the bookcases of her mom having a baby shower with Missy Cousy, sponsoring that for Rose Russell, and just how the families were connected at that time. And she told Bill Russell, she told Bob Cousy, Mr. Cousy, do not, be at peace. Do not carry this around forever. It's time to be at peace. The families were close. Don't worry about it. And she says, I want peace for Mr. Cousy, and I feel that, hopefully some of that's been achieved all these years later, part of the Boston Celtic family.
And real quick, how did Bob Cousy react to the meeting?
I think he feels good about the meeting, and I think that he feels that, maybe he can, put this to bed a little bit as he goes into his 110th year.
Amazing. Well, hopefully Mr. Cousy does experience some peace.